Welcome to the call-in show. I am 8 minutes late. My bad on that. But this is the call-in show. If you haven't joined one of these shows before and you don't know what this is, all of our premium members have the ability to call into the show, ask a question, talk about the fights, and hang out for a few minutes. If you're a premium member and you want to hop on this stream and talk about the fights, if you want to ask a question, you can find the link to join this on the Discord or in the Discord. I'm old, I say on the line. It's in the Discord in the Premium Alerts channel. There's just a link. Click the link and we'll get you on. Or you can just go to your account page on Premium, log in, click account. Right there, there's a link in red letters that says call in show. You click that, you hop on the show. This is the week of UFC Vegas 92. If that's what you want to talk about, we are welcome to do that. I'm not sure if Jacob's going to hop on or not. He said he wasn't sure, and then I'm late, so most likely not. But let's hang out. We'll get to some calls. We'll talk about some things. I already see a bunch of comments in here. Before we break everything down, I just want to remind people that Jacob's been quietly crushing the lock of the week. His lock of the week, if you don't know, is an underdog. Every single week he picks an underdog, not a favorite. Lock is said in jest, if you will. It is an underdog. It costs literally nothing. You don't need to be a premium member to have access to his underdog lock of the week is. And you don't need the premium member to see the, frankly, highest quality, best edited video in this space. He has been on a little bit of a tear. I think he's hit 6 of the last 8. He has 31 units of net profit all time if you bet 1 unit on every lock. Almost 7 units of net profit this month. And if you're decent at math, you know we are only in month number 5. So that's more than 1 unit of net profit a month, picking one underdog a week. He picks at a little over 50% accuracy. And the return on investment is insanely high at 29% because these are all underdogs. That is free. If you appreciate those videos, like them, comment on them. I will promise you there is not a better piece of content in this space. It's always been unbelievable, whether he's doing a skit or just these incredibly edited highlight reels with the, he already does the bow. Like, he does a really good job with the music stuff. We did have some premium member successes this last week. It was sort of an up and down week for a lot of people with the biggest 2 favorites on the card losing. But some people did make some money, and we did get premium members reaching out. Prize Picks specifically. We also had a bunch of DraftKings success as well. And then here is your premium plug. If you're not a premium member, become one. And I'll give you a few reasons why. One, and it's very core, it is the best way to support us. Period. Best way to support us. Support the show, all of that. 2, it's also the best package in this space. You're going to get picks. You're going to get bets. You're going to get tools like the line movement tracker, the DraftKings optimizer. You're going to get more than just me and Jakey Boy. You're going to get Artem, the pick doctor, which is a human being, which we've separated out his tool, which is Pick GPT. That's the artificial intelligence that's picking fights based off of data, doing so at an incredible accuracy. There's not a single offering on this planet in this space that has what we have, let alone has what we have for $10. So the $10 is a great way to support us. The $10 gets you access to everything you could ever want or need heading into fight week. And we're continuing to improve. The website's working its way through an overhaul right now. So you're going to notice some easier to access information, some nicer looking stuff. And I'm going to get over here to the $50 promo and then we will park. Damn, look at these graphics. Such nice graphics. Look at these things. All right, let's hit up some comments. Again, this is an insanely casual show. This is a talk about God knows what. People hop on, people ask questions. It's ridiculously casual. This is not a formal breakdown. If you want to talk about fights, we'll talk about the fights. If you want to ask me about my diet habits, we can do that as well. I am losing weight. Okay, let's get in here. There are a couple of comments. Here we go. Low Skills with a Z, because that's the cool way to spell skills, says, does anyone know how these two met originally? I have trouble imagining them spending time in the same places. So, I met Jacob pre-wife, pre-kids. I was with my wife. We just weren't married yet. Jacob lived in Florida in this community. I moved to that community in Florida with my soon-to-be wife. We were engaged. We moved to that community, and I happened to be in the condo. I see you, Piera. Let me get through this story, and then I'll pop you on. Well, I happened to live in the condo. Our garages faced each other. Like it was a U in the back of my garage and his. And so I'd see him out there. washing his car. It was a Mazda Miata. That is not a joke. I would see him out there washing his car. He would have his dog, like, splashing in the tub. I would walk my dog, and we would just get to chatting. And then, I'm very personable, Angie personality. So then, I was like, I watch fights. Do you watch fights? Oh, I know who Conor McGregor is. All right, well, great. Conor's fighting Jose Aldo. You want to come over and watch it? Sure. And then that's how the friendship budded. And we became like very good friends, like real friends. Play pickleball, go out drinking, like, actual real friends. And then I moved back to Connecticut because we had our kid. We're like, I don't want to raise this kid in Florida. Moved back to Connecticut. Jacob came, visited us, hung out there for a little bit. Then we moved to Texas because my wife is a Texan. And she was like, I don't want to live in Connecticut. So then we moved to Texas, and Jacob came to visit for the Conor versus Donald Cerrone fight. He's like, let me come that weekend. We'll come visit. We'll hang out. And he did that, and he loved it here. And he was like, there's no reason I need to be in Florida. Forget it. So he just rented out his condo because he owned it. He rented it out, moved to Texas, and he's been here ever since. So that's how we met, and that's how we both live so close. Let's go to Piera. How you doing, Piera? You didn't call in last week.
Yeah, I tried, but I couldn't get through. I don't know what was going on and stuff like that.
Nah, you're good. What's going on? How are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm late because it's the last week of school. Do you have kids? No?
Yes, I have 3 of them.
Is it the last week of school down by you too?
No, they have one more. Actually, they have a week and a half.
Yeah, so this is, my youngest isn't in real school yet. She's in daycare, and it's her last week. Like, tomorrow's her graduation. And my oldest technically has school till Wednesday next week, but they're doing every day is like wear pajamas and a performance. So like it's bedtime, but they're like all excited, wound up. So getting them down for bed was not easy. So I'm late. I'm late.
Sir. Nah, you're good. I just got to work not too long ago, so.
There you go. There you go. Are you looking?
Where's Jacob at? Jacob didn't show up today?
I messaged him before or earlier today. I said, I'm doing a call-in show tonight. If you want to join, great. If not, no big deal. And he was like, yeah, I'll let you know. And then I didn't send him the link till 2 minutes ago, and he was probably preparing for 8. So I'm sure he was like, oh, yeah, you know what? Let me hop on. And then he didn't get a link. So he's like, all right, forget it. And now he's just moved on. Jacob is very much, if he moves on, he moved on. That's it. I'm done. So I would bet money that's what happened. So no Jacob.
Yeah, he probably a little bit sad because his team is down. So I'm hoping they win tomorrow though.
Yeah, tomorrow's game 6 just to tie it up again, and then it'll come down to Saturday.
Game
I guess.
7 on game on Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, it's on Sunday. Yeah. Well, I mean, they got a chance though. Like I'm pretty sure they're gonna win tomorrow at home, and then they just gotta go to the Knicks and then beat them and stuff like that. So they might have a chance.
It's apparently, I'm not a huge basketball guy, but apparently they're doing better than people thought they would. So.
Oh yeah, definitely, most definitely. I didn't expect that out of them at all, but yeah, if they beat the Knicks, the next one is gonna be basically basically the quarterfinal. They're gonna face the Celtic, and whoever went to the final. So
yeah, they're not far off. This is the farthest the Pacers have gotten in a long time, right? And the Knicks. Neither one of them have done that well for a while.
I mean, they were good back in like 2010, 2014 when the Miami Heat had the big 3, because that's when the Miami Heat had the LeBron James and Chris Bosh and Wade and stuff like that. Yeah, but that's when they were going neck to neck with the Pacers and stuff like that. And after that, they just went down the drain. But now, they're doing a lot better this year.
Yeah, well, good for him. I know he's very dialed in. So like those reactions, a lot of people, when he was yelling on the stream last week, that did drive me nuts. Like I genuinely was like, it was driving me nuts. But that is him. Like that's authentic. I guarantee at home with nobody around, nobody watching, it is the exact same reaction. So like, because I think some people thought he was like, putting on just playing it up. It's like, no, that's just him. That's how he is.
Yeah.
But it was driving me crazy. But that is just how he is. So that's Jakey boy.
Yes, sir.
You looking forward to the fights this weekend, or you're like, yeah, I don't really care. Let's get the UFC 303 or 302.
Yeah, I didn't really like break down any tape this week. I'm still gonna watch it though because I think it's a pretty good card and stuff like that.
It is a good fight night.
It is a good fight night and stuff like that. But after that, I jumped to 302, start watching tape and stuff like that.
302 is a good. So this is a decent. It's for an Apex card, it's a very good card. This Saturday. It's a good Apex. It's really a very good
card. Like even though I didn't watch tape, I'm still on the Edson Barboza. I feel like Edson Barboza can win this fight.
I mean, we'll find out how good Lerone Murphy actually is, because he is good. He is good, but he has not fought anybody near that skill.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like it's one of those things like, what have you done lately? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think Edson Barboza done a lot more than he has. So I just have to see. I feel like Edson Barboza got a really good shot.
I agree. The only thing that concerns me for Edson is when he got dropped by freaking who's that hillbilly wrestler? Bryce Mitchell.
Oh, you talking about Bryce Mitchell? Yeah.
Yeah, when he got dropped by Bryce Mitchell, it's like, that's not a good look. Out wrestled by Bryce Mitchell, fine. But, yeah. Like if he just got taken down, like fine, that is what it is. But to get dropped is like, that's not good. So, but I mean, then he went out, he beat Sadiq Youssef, and Sadiq hits hard. Sadiq's a good striker. They dropped each other, like so. And Sadiq, Lerone Murphy is probably he's probably the better fighter than Sadiq, right? I think he's the more technical, just a better fighter in general. But Sadiq hits harder, and Sadiq has fought the higher level of competition. Lerone Murphy hasn't really fought anybody yet.
Yeah, he just got volume and stuff like that. His striking is good. It's just like when he put the volume together and stuff like that. That's why I always got him the edge and the striking and stuff like that. Because he don't just do one shot. He just like put combination and stuff like that.
Yeah, it should be a good. I'm looking forward to it. It should be a good. It should be a good main event. Like a few weeks ago when we had Nicolau versus Perez, that was one of the worst main events I've ever seen. Like it ended up being fight wise good, but name recognition wise, like what a joke that matchup was. Yeah. Where this one is actually a good matchup. Barboza has name recognition, coming off a quality win in a main event, taking on an undefeated guy they're trying to build. Like it's a great matchup. I'm looking forward to it. So we'll see. And then we have a week off.
Yes. But I do have a few questions for you though. Like so I was watching your video and stuff like that, and then I saw you that you challenged Vince in that grappling match and stuff like that. Are you actually gonna do it?
100%. He didn't answer. He's left me on red. I sent him DMs. Hey, Vin, let me know when the dust settles. We'll do whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he hasn't responded to the DM. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a real offer because the way I see it is I can't lose, meaning I either literally win, which I might. I'm 100 pounds heavier, and I'm definitely a better wrestler. That's not a question. So it'll just come down to the jiu-jitsu itself. He's got insane cardio, which will be a problem because despite looking like a Greek god, I don't have the best cardio. But so like I could actually win. Like I'm not. It'll come down to the cardio, but I definitely could win. But even if I lose, okay. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you lost to a professional fighter. No big deal.
Yes.
And if we did that, we would make it a bigger thing. I mean, that's a big gym with a lot of fighters. We'd probably make it a bigger thing. Jacob would come. We'd film a whole bunch of cool content, do it like that. That's why I literally was like, yeah, fuck it. Let's go. Because if you remember, he was running his mouth. We posted, anybody who doesn't know what's going on, when we broke down the Vince Pichel versus Bonfim fight, Jake and I were actually very respectful to Vince Pichel. We said how tough he is, how he's just a grinder and all those things, but we said he's going to lose. We just think he's a little too old, a long layoff, and Bonfim's going to win that fight. Vince Pichel, and he did, and it went exactly how we thought it would. Literally exactly how we thought it would go. And Vince Pichel saw the tweet. We tagged him in it because we tag all the fighters when we talk about him, and just responded with, "You know nothing, pussies. You've never done anything. You don't know shit. You fat do nothing losers." So I was like, "Hey man, I'm happy to grapple. I'm not gonna fight him. I'm happy to grapple. Let's do that. Okay, let's do it." And I think he literally just thought, like I was probably just some random slob that says stuff and has never done anything, instead of a guy who's been wrestling and grappling for the last 25 years or whatever it is, and 100 pounds heavier than him. And like, so I don't think he's scared. I don't think there's a single person on this planet. I think he'd fight Brock Lesnar tomorrow. So I don't think he's scared, but I do think he was just saying shit and didn't expect like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah.
So I don't think that went the way he thought it would.
Are you actually training right now?
I'm not training. The answer is yes, but I'm not like 3 days a week I go and I train, but it's not like,
you like.
I'm not training for something. I'm not weighing myself. I'm not watching, boiling chicken and not putting salt on it. Like I'm just training 3 days a week to get my neck fatter and my gut slimmer, basically.
Wait, like I have a question. Can I come grapple with you this Saturday if you're training?
The answer is yes, all the time. Of course, yes. This Saturday, I'm not 100% sure if I'm training or not, because this Saturday we're doing my kid's graduating from preschool, so we're doing something on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
But every Friday is open mat. So if you ever want to come on a Friday, I'll talk to the owner. And then Saturdays is a taught class. It's not open mat, but he'll leave it open for me. He'll leave it open for me if you want to come to the class and then grapple after. Okay,
you want to do that next Saturday or next Friday? Which one?
Doesn't matter to me. Let me ask the coach. Send me an email with your contact information, and then I'll ask Marco, the owner of the gym, because you're 3 hours from me, right? You're Austin.
Yeah, I'm about like 2 hours. 2 hours sounds about 2 hours 40 minutes.
Yeah, because I'm like 35, 40 north of Dallas.
Okay. Yeah, I sent it to your to the We Won't Pick Instagram.
Yeah, you can do it on Instagram, or you can just your contact information, so I can just text you and we can figure it out.
My phone number and stuff like that. Okay, just my phone number. Okay, yeah, I sent it to you and stuff like that.
Yeah, I have a freaking. There's like something.
Yeah, and then do you have to pay? You pay a fee, right, for that daily fee and stuff like that? If you just come for that open mic, pay a daily fee.
I'll talk to him. You'll be fine.
Okay. And another question do I have to like I saw you put like $1,000 on Chandler to be Conor McGregor.
and for me,
yes,
everybody knows that's not how I bet. So for me, that's a big.
Yes, but listen, like I'm kind of scared for you though. Here's my thought. You want to hear my thought though?
Sure.
Okay, so if you if you notice, right, like Chandler's are the type of fight I felt like Conor McGregor can always win, because here's why, right? If you remember when Conor McGregor first make his debut to the UFC when he fought Marcus British, and he knocked him out, and he was like, Daniel White, 60 G's, baby.
Yeah.
Right? So those kind of guys, kind of short and kind of like stocky, right? And then he fought Max Holloway, which with the UFC thought he was trying to build him up. So when he went to decision with Max Holloway, the UFC was like, let's give him another short guy, right? So they gave him Buendayo, right? He went out there, he knocked him out, and then of course they gave him Dustin Poirier. He knocked him out. Dustin Poirier move up and stuff like that, right? And then after that, they were trying to give him Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo pull out, and then
he had Seaver.
They gave him Chadman. Yeah, he had Dennis Silver, which that fight was at Allen, right? Was it? I think it was. To be honest with you, I'm not sure. When he fought Dennis Silver, that was in Ireland, right? And his
that was in Boston. That was in Boston.
That was in Boston. Okay. Oh
yeah. So basically, Ireland.
Yeah. Because I remember he was like a big deal. Yeah. When he fought Dennis Silver, you see another short guy, right? And he knocked him out and stuff like that. And then after that, he fought Chad Mendes, and you see when Chad Mendes come and wrestled the round one, Chad Mendes was having a good time, and then second one he got tired. Conor McGregor knocked him out. Yep. Now, if Michael Chandler tell me right now he'll come out and wrestle Conor McGregor, I think Michael Chandler win this fight 100 million %. No doubt about that. But I don't think Michael Chandler is gonna do that.
He might not,
because I felt like at this point he is a company man, and the UFC basically is like, listen, you did a great thing for us. We're gonna set you up. Yeah, we're gonna set you up with Conor McGregor to put up a show. You're gonna get a great payday so you can retire. And I don't think he's gonna do that. I think he's gonna try fight with striking with Conor, and I think Conor McGregor gonna knock him out.
It's certain. Listen, I don't disagree with you in that.
Yes.
In that Michael Chandler won't fight smart. He will not fight smart. I can almost guarantee it. I can if I had the bet. If you gave me a line for is Michael Chandler going to fight smart or is he going to go out there swinging? Is Michael Chandler going to go out swinging is like minus 300. Like he's not going to fight smart. Yes. But with that being said, I don't think that dude, I think Conor McGregor is so far gone. I think he is so far removed from being a shell. All those wins you just listed, those are over 10 years ago. Every single one of them. Oh
yeah.
Every single one.
Then, yeah.
And I think he's just so far removed from being that guy. And he has spent the last 2 years partying, drinking, allegedly doing drugs. Like he has been doing everything other than prepare to fight. And he almost has $1 billion. That's not an exaggeration. He almost has $1 billion. He sold his whiskey company for $600 million. He made $200 million off the Floyd Mayweather fight. Like this dude almost has $1 billion. I don't, the drive is different. Like I think it's just I don't think he's the same person, and I think that's going to be the issue.
I think he's a part owner of the BFK. You know the West.
Yeah, he just bought part of that bare knuckle fighting.
Yeah.
And now he has a beer company since he sold the whiskey company. He's got the beer company, Forged Stout.
But I see your point a lot. Like, I really want to be in the Michael Chandler. He just I feel like he's a trap.
He's hard to trust. No, he's hard to trust.
Really, I know some people are going to say, yeah, Conor going to win. I know some people are going to say Michael Chandler going to win. And then, like I said, Conor can come out and win. And a lot of people are going to say, oh, I told you. You know, Chandler going to come and win. A lot of people can say,
that's how these polarizing. Yeah. Nobody's ever wrong. That's how these polarizing fights go. Nobody's ever wrong. So, that's just how
I feel like, to be honest with you, I just don't know. Like, honestly, I will not even put a dime. I'm just going to, enjoy this fight, to be honest with you. Like, this is one fight I can say, yeah.
The funniest part about it is, so I put that $1,000 on him. And that was before I knew. So if Jacob bought us tickets to go watch the fight live in person.
Yeah.
And that I didn't know that. When I did the $1,000 bet, I did not know that. So in the video, and if you guys haven't seen the video, watch the video. It's one of the best edited videos I've ever put up for sure. And I didn't edit it, but the guy who did, bang up job. In that I say, of course I'm going to buy the pay-per-view. Of course. And then so people are commenting like, why would you buy the pay-per-view? You're going to be there. It's like, well, I filmed this before I knew I was going to. I filmed it on a Friday, and then on Tuesday, Jacob said we're going to be there, and it didn't get posted until after that. So my bad. But I'm very much looking forward to going. I've been to 5 or 6 UFC events. I've never done the things. I've never been to a weigh-in. Like I've been to a weigh-in as a manager. Like in the in the locker room and all that stuff. I've never been to a ceremonial weigh-in before, ever. I've never done a press conference. I've never there's a lot of stuff I've never done, and that's International Fight Week, so they have an expo. I don't know what the hell that's going to be like, but I'm looking forward to that. So I'm looking forward to just going and doing all the things.
Oh, so basically you guys got a package to do all the stuff?
So Jacob bought VIP tickets. The VIP tickets get you seats at the ceremonial weigh-ins and good seats in the arena. I then bought, and it was like $40. I bought the tickets to the convention, which literally is like $40. And I don't know, that might be a huge waste of money, or that could be the coolest thing we do. I have no idea, but apparently it's just the Las Vegas Convention Center for 2 days, and then there's fighters and expos, and you just walk around and do stuff. So I'm looking forward to as well.
I mean, he'll be like a great experience and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like one of these big event one day, I'm definitely gonna try to go like, cause I never been like in one at all. Like I
They
never
go
been in a UFC fight.
to, they don't really go to Austin, but they go to San
Yeah,
Antonio,
they go.
which is only an hour
Yeah,
away.
no, they went to Austin.
A couple
I
years
forgot
ago.
what fight. I think yeah, he was like I think it was a Donald Cerrone, wasn't that? I forgot who was in that card, but they went to San Antonio. I forgot when it was, but
Yeah,
I
they did
believe
San
it was
Antonio
yeah,
recently. They do
yeah.
pay-per-views in Houston. They have the last time they were in Dallas was Amanda Nunes versus uh the Venezuelan Vixen, I think.
Are
Was
you talking
that? Yeah,
about
I think so. It was when Derek Lewis lost to Sergey Pavlovich. That was the last time they were in Dallas. So it's been like 3 years since they were
Okay,
in Dallas. Yeah.
okay. But I know they go to Houston a lot though.
They do go to
Cause the
Houston a
UFC,
good amount
yeah, yeah,
where the
they go to
Rockets
Houston a
play.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they're like, it's actual pay-per-views, not fight nights. San Antonio's fight nights, but Houston, they'll do real pay-per-views.
yeah. I'm gonna wait like maybe one of these days and stuff like that. I'm definitely gonna because I never like as long as I've been watching UFC, I've never been in UFC
Really?
even and stuff like that. No, I've never been in one at all.
It's a fun. It's definitely it's awesome to feel it's like a football game where the view's gonna suck unless you have very expensive seats. The view's gonna suck. You'll be watching the screen most of the time because
Okay.
it's two people in this. You know what I mean? It's not. It's just two people in a 20-foot cage inside of a giant, 50, 30,000 person arena, 90,000 if it's Cowboy Stadium. So it's, they're small. So you end up watching the screen, but the energy is what's crazy. Hearing the people, the cheers, just the energy in there is awesome. So it's like, you got to go to one. It's awesome.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna go to one.
Yeah. They're a lot of fun. What else you got for me?
I think to be honest with you, I think that's it, man. I would just try and
Cool.
see if we can get some grappling in sometime and stuff like that, and then just that, because I didn't really like have anything on this fight night, so I can't really like speak on it and stuff like that.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, well, shoot me that either a DM or an email to info@wewantpicks.com, and then we'll sort it out. And I'm definitely going to train tomorrow. I don't know
Okay.
about Saturday, but next week should be totally normal. I don't think we have any plans.
You said tomorrow?
No. I'm going to train tomorrow. I wouldn't come up tomorrow if I were
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I just was thinking out loud. This Saturday, I don't know if I'm going to train, but next week should be totally normal. I just got to check with the wife to make sure we don't have any like weird plans. But I should be able to train next Saturday, and then I'll ask if he'll just keep the gym open a little later and do all that. The Saturdays are at like 11:30 in the morning.
Okay. Okay, then yeah, cause I just leave early, like whichever time it is, whether it's gonna be Saturday or Friday, cause I don't work Friday or Saturday and stuff like that. So
Gotcha.
whichever time it is, and then I just leave, and then we get some grappling and stuff like that, and
Sure.
I'm willing for you to win, like for real.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
I hope you beat him.
That's the plan always. Well, I appreciate it. Shoot me that note, and then we'll square all that stuff away. Thanks for calling in.
Okay, yeah, I DM you my number and stuff like that.
All right, perfect.
Okay, bye.
All right, see ya. Whole bunch of comments here. Let's get to first of all, where's this fucking dude? This guy, where is it? Hold on. Is obsessed with my hair. It's borderline crazy. Not only have I been hatless hundreds of times, I'm hatless in all the vlogs, at least for a little bit. I did Underdog and Prize Picks last week with no hat. So, no, not bald. It's not great, but I'm not bald. But there's hair. Is it, Paulie D? No. Is it gone? No. What else we got here? Do you think... I mean, this is crazy. Look at this. Obsessed with the hat. You guys are obsessed with hair. It's crazy. Yes, the fight food vlog. Those are my vlogs. The fight food vlogs are where it all is. Jacob has incredible hair. Just thick, wonderful hair that everybody would would really be lucky to have. Mine is on its way out, but I'm 40 and I got kids and stressed. Cameron Baker says, I like Angelo's conservative style, but I've made more on Jacob's picks. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Because if you go through our average bet amount and average bet, like average line, they're going to be very different. I am far more conservative. And, but, you know, when Jacob's up, he's up because he is shooting his shot in a lot of stuff. This year, he's been far more control. He still shoots his shot. He's still, like, what you'll almost never see from me. You saw it last week and it missed, and it was only a quarter of a unit. This is why I don't do it. What you almost never see from me is, like, this fighter wins by submission in this round. You know, you don't get stuff like that from me. Jacob will do that stuff. Jacob hit a plus 1,200. Jacob hit plus 1,200 at UFC 301 on Anthony Smith to win by submission. Plus 1,200. And he had that bet on the board and it hit. So we are very different and we're different people and we are heads up a good amount. Angelo, what is a sandwich place by you that stuffs the sandwich in the bread? All right. First of all, Steve, all sandwiches are stuffed inside of bread. What you're referring to is called bread Zeppelin. This is a French baguette. And you get in the line, you build a salad. And then you can eat the salad in a bowl like a human, or you can shove that salad inside of a cored out French baguette that they toast. And I think we know which direction I go with it. And it is unbelievable. Dave Broom said, can't hang around tonight, Ange, but thank you, brother. Sincerely, what you guys built is the best in the business. By far, $50 plus value anywhere else. Love you guys. I appreciate you, Dave. Thank you very much for that. Piera is in Central Time Zone. So, Steve, the Earth is round, and it's rotating around the sun. So, parts of it have sunlight while other parts don't. So you're probably here where there's no sunlight, and Pierre's here where there is sunlight. But if you watch, it'll slowly turn, and he'll have less and less light. Okay, we good? We good, buddy? We get that all sorted out? I am behind on the chat here, so we're working our way through. I would bet my life he is not scared. He is not the type of person to be scared of anybody anywhere at any time, but he did not respond to the DM saying when and where. Let's see. Oh, okay. A fat comment, which I'm not pinning. What a joke. Another one. Okay, yeah, this guy's got to go. Conor's going to KO Chandler. Maybe. Honestly, it's better for MMA if he does. If Conor McGregor knocks out Michael Chandler, that is literally the best outcome for MMA. Because Michael Chandler's not young. It's not like you're destroying a young prospect. And Conor winning is only good for the sport. And if it's good for the sport, it's good for me, it's good for you. So I do not think that's going to happen. It's very highly unlikely in my mind, obviously. But certainly Conor McGregor knocking Michael Chandler out cold in spectacular fashion is the most desirable outcome for everybody involved, except Michael Chandler and his family. Angelo going to be at the fight booing Conor with that bet. Nah, that's not me. First of all, I don't, and this should be all of you, I don't ever bet money that I can't lose, meaning that $1,000 is a lot of money and I don't want to lose it. But if I lose that money, you know, we're not going to starve. And that should be the case with everybody because I will be at the fights and I will just be enjoying them. So if that bet misses, it's going to be like, fuck. Ugh. And then you move on. It's not going to be like depressed, miserable. I can't believe. So especially if I'm there, I'm just, if Conor McGregor knocks out Michael Chandler, I lose that bet. But again, best possible outcome for the sport and for us as fans for sure. And I'm only going to hang out here for another, 20, 30. We only do these for about an hour. So let's get through this chat here. P-heads? I don't know what's going on there. Chandler thinks he's MVP, but moves less composed than Gagey, and we saw how that ended with Max. I agree with Buddy saying Chandler's not going to wrestle. Chandler definitely thinks he can knock him out. And Chandler can knock him out. He doesn't just think it. He can do it. Whether it'll happen or not is different, and also a very bad game plan. Angelo, have you tried parakeet? Bird? What is this shit? Let's see. I really hope we get that Nate versus Conor fight again. I have less than no interest in that. Literally less than no interest in that fight whatsoever. What I would love to see, here's my perfect rundown. Conor either wins in spectacular fashion, gets a title shot, and wins the title and goes down as arguably one of the biggest and best ever. That is one path of the best case scenario. The other path is he either wins or loses, but it's an amazing fight and Conor's still Conor and he gets praised for looking as good as he looked after a 2-year layoff. Then he leaves and he does a boxing match at Cowboy Stadium against Jake Paul and knocks him out. That is actually my preferred route. Go that route. Because I can't stand Jake Paul, and I would love a juiced up Conor not having to take a drug test, boxing only. Oh man, versus Jake Paul, I would love to see. So that would be I would watch that long before I would care about a third Nate Diaz fight. Nate Diaz is supposed to fight. Nate Diaz is fighting Jorge Masvidal in a boxing match that they just postponed by an entire month because they just realized they were competing against UFC 302 and were like, well, let's not compete for the same audience because nobody's going to watch us over UFC because the only reason they're watching us is because of the UFC. So they just moved it an entire month to mid-July. Let's see. Tie Angelo to a pretzel. You're talking about Piera coming. Yeah, I don't know dick about Piera either. I mean, that dude... it might be early in his grappling journey and he just wants to do it, or dude's a fucking beast and I'm going to learn a lesson. I guess we'll find out. But I'm a match energy guy. I match energy on these streams. I match energy in real life. I match energy rolling. If you come at me hot, I'm coming at you hot. If you're chill, I'm chill. Like I'm very, let me see what you do and then I'll decide what I'm going to do. So I am a match energy guy. And just the vibes you get from Piera is that dude's just great. So I can't imagine he's going to come up and be like, Argh. So we'll see. He might be 6'8". Now you can't tell. He's always calling from the car sitting down. So I don't know. I literally have no idea what I've got in store for me. Angelo is, we're still talking about the hat. I guess I'm behind on comments. And Kevin is obsessed. I've never seen somebody so obsessed. 5 different comments. What's under the hat? What's under the hat? It is a bit weird. Let's see. I would kill to learn some moves. Listen, I've been doing grappling, wrestling, all forms of that. 25, I'm 40. My blue belt certificate is 2004. I got my blue belt 20 years ago, and I started a few years before that. So grappling a few years before that, wrestling long before that. So the majority of my life. Nobody has ever or will ever call me a technician. So Angelo showing moves, wrestling wise, I'll teach you whatever you need to know, no problem. But what I do is I create chaos. Like I'll create scrambles. I'll make it a mess, and I know my hips will be better. I know I'm gonna be. If we're the same size, I'm definitely gonna be faster. Like so that's what I do. Nobody's ever like, ooh, if this precise. I'm not technical at all. There are people that I roll with constantly that are far better than me. But if it was a match that you were scoring, wouldn't be close. And it's just my style is make a mess of it and then come out on top in the scrambles and then just tons of pressure, hold people where they are. So learning from me is not. I can teach you how to be a brute. Is basically it. How fast do we get that 50? He's talking about the $50 promo on the screen. Anywhere from a few days to a week. So as long as you actually use the link on the website and you went in, you made your account, you deposit your money, and there's no issues, right? Is that straightforward? No issues? It should be under a week, no problem. Couple of days. But what ends up happening sometimes is people will not do that. Like somebody reached out the other day, hey, I signed up in February. Where's my 50? And I was like, February? We have no open requests from back then. what's your account number? And he sent the account number, and he was like, so when will I get it? And I was like, I'll have to check. As long as you used our link to create your account, you're fine. He's like, oh, I didn't use your link. I had the account before I knew about this promo. And I was like, well, then we don't get paid, so you can't get paid. You got to use the link is the moral of the story. But a couple of days to a week. I typically do the payouts on Fridays or Saturday mornings, typically. An off week like next week, I'll be banging it out all week. Angelo, thoughts on Jacob's lock of the week? It's not a bad lock. Listen, it's a tough card. Who's he supposed to pick? Barboza? I wouldn't, if I was, I picked Barboza to win, but if I'm in a position like Jacob is, where I have, that video does 10,000 views, and I've got 10,000 people watching every week, and I'm stamping of approval a single fighter that is an underdog, you can't put Barboza. It can't be Barboza. Let's look at the card. It can't be Barboza. Carlson Harris, maybe, but he's fighting Chaos Williams. You're not going to do this Tuco guy taking on their size new opponent. You're not going to do Vinicius Salvador. Luana Pinera, potentially. Ramiz Brahimai, potentially, but 2-year layoff, and he went with a different 2-year layoff person. You can't go Warlley Alves. He's chinny. You can't go Victor Martinez over Tom Nolan. Maybe Tamires Vidal, but he doesn't think she wins, so he's not going to go against himself. Ariane Carnelossi is literally the only person that he could go with given what his picks were and the other circumstances. At least Carnelossi, like Piera Rodrigues is not great. She's not great. I picked Piera to win because of Ariane's layoff. That's the only reason I picked her to win. So if Carnelossi shows up and the layoff wasn't an issue, then easy breezy. Like, she should win. If this was a non-layoff Carnelossi, I think she doesn't. She's just too damn strong. So I did not pick Carnelossi to win. I, like many others in the comment section, are worried about the layoff and the back surgery. But I mean, he's the one who has to stamp down an underdog every week, or people call him an idiot. And so I, frankly, not a terrible pick given the circumstances. Not a bad pick. What else was he supposed to do? Any quick DraftKings tips for this week? Well, once we have, or if Sai does have pricing, I think he's probably going to be the highest scorer on there because I think he's going to get a knockout. He's going to get it somewhat early. After that, I mean, you're going to have to watch the DraftKings video tomorrow because I don't have DraftKings up in front of me. So without knowing all their pricing, it's going to be tricky. But typically, you got to look for heavy wrestlers. If you can get an underdog that you know for a fact will get some takedowns and some control time in, that's a good route. DraftKings loves wrestlers, loves takedowns. Pierre's French. That's a French accent. Conor gets worse. I put 500 on Chandler. It was funny to me. The week before you announced you put 1,000 on Chandler, I was telling my UFC buddy how I wanted to bet big on Chandler before everybody else moved the line. What's crazy is the line hasn't moved that much. I got him at minus 101. So basically even money. Right now he's minus 102. Last week he was minus 110. So it was dead even. And now it's just slowly going to go like this. Come fight week, we'll see some real movement. But until fight week, and anybody that was going to bet big money already has. Fight week is when the general public will start to move the line. I'm happy Tyra and Van are not fighting each other. Yeah, that fight was canceled. It is odd to me when the UFC takes really good prospects and says, here you go. One of you destroy the other one's career this early. Can we talk about how mad Dana was at Waldo? This is What Up Vega Martinez on, this is coming from Twitch. I didn't watch that live. I did see clips of it. Dana was definitely pissed, and I don't fully get it. So first of all, Vega is a movie producer. He's the one who reached out to Jacob, and hopefully I don't think I'm ruining anything here, right? Tell me if I am. He's the one who reached out to Jacob and I saying, I watch you guys. I love you guys. I want to put you in this movie that I'm doing, and Waldo Cortez is in that movie too. So we filmed our piece, sent it to him and all that. I haven't seen the movie yet. So Vega has a relationship with Waldo, which is why he's asked about this. I don't fault Waldo. Like, was it an exciting fight? No, of course not. But that's not Waldo. What the hell is Waldo supposed to do? Stand there and swing punches with a 6'7" beast of a human being? That's crazy. Waldo did exactly what he should have done to win that fight. He fought. It's not like he ran around backwards refusing to engage. He actually fought. He came forward, threw punches, shot takedowns. I have no issues with what Waldo did. To me, it was a very reasonable game plan, and I wouldn't call it boring because he didn't do nothing and he wasn't afraid to fight. He just fought the fight he needed to not get knocked out by a 6'7" superhuman person. Let's see. Chaos is not going to fare well with Carlson Harris, especially if he fights just like he previously did. Yeah, no, I have no money on Chaos Williams whatsoever. But he is still a very dangerous guy that hits very hard. Maybe Chaos didn't look very good in his last fight because Rolando Bedoya is dumb long. That dude is very long, and he uses his length, and he has awkward movements. So Chaos was struggling with that length and with the awkward movements, where Carlson Harris doesn't have the awkward movements, doesn't have the lengths, and maybe Chaos will have a little more success. My point there was that you can't, if you got to pick an underdog and put a stamp of approval on it, can't be freaking Carlson Harris. We'll hang out for another 7 minutes here. We'll shut this down at 9 o'clock. Sadly lost $200 on the fraud-checked Robelis. Yeah, that does suck. I lost 25 on him. I did a quarter of a unit on wins by first round KO/TKO. And because to me, that was the only outcome. He's either knocking Waldo out early or that's it. There's no way he's going to win a decision. If it's going that long, Waldo will take over. $1.99 from Next Lennon Edson, looking like he's enjoying no USADA. So they're still getting, apparently, drug tested. They're still, because this was the controversy that just happened with John Jones. Remember, just a couple of weeks ago, John Jones threatened to beat up or hurt a drug inspector, whatever the hell they're called, who showed up at his house. And then he released the surveillance footage of them like high-fiving and everybody was happy. So I actually agree with him on this one that she was full of shit. But point is, they're still showing up and drug testing people. So is it USADA? No. But they are getting drug tested. They are being checked. So it'll be, you're right. The reason I'm like fumbling with my words here is because I think there is a difference in quality between what USADA was basically, even if you don't have a fight booked, as long as you were an active fighter, so you could have not fought for a year, but you are technically an active fighter who can accept a fight, they could show up at your door any day of the week. Ding dong, it's 9 p.m., piss. I need blood. Where I don't think that's how it works now. Now I think it's pretty much only if you have a fight booked. I'm pretty sure it's only, certain fighters. So I think they're still getting tested, but I think it's vastly reduced. Although John Jones was tested, but he's also the champ. How do y'all bet in Texas? We use Bet Online. So Bet Online is an offshore sports book. It's perfectly legal. The difference between the offshore sports books like Bet Online, BetUS, MyBookie, and the domestic ones like DraftKings and FanDuel and those are the offshore ones are not regulated, right? The U.S. government has no control over them. They're not regulated. For the most part, it's all above board because, all it takes is you screw a few people and then that's it. Your whole business collapses. So you can't do that. So for the most part, it's all above board, no nonsense. Where you'll get screwed is if there's a typo. So if DraftKings puts up the wrong line, like if, let's say this week they have Tom Nolan is a 4-1 favorite. Let's say they accidentally did it the other way and Tom Nolan's a plus 400 instead of minus 400. DraftKings can change it. Obviously, they can change the odds to whatever they want. But anybody who got the bet in and logged that ticket, that it stays. They can't rescind it. Where Bet Online has literally done that. They messed up a line. We hit it. And then they they cancel the bet, they refund your money. So you're not out any money. So it's not really a screw job, but there's like those little laws don't apply to them. They're not going to outright screw you because then literally their whole business collapses. And then that's it. It's all gone. The only other negative thing with the offshore books is like depositing and withdrawing. You typically have to do it with crypto. If you are comfortable with crypto, if you have a Coinbase account, it's easy. Literally, you copy paste a couple numbers and it's easy. It just moves. No big deal. If you're not comfortable with crypto, you can deposit with a debit or credit card, but you have to either withdraw with crypto or get a check. And, you know, it can be a little bit of a pain in the ass. Typically, I haven't had any issues, but it's our only option here in Texas. And Bet Online, even if, let's say it was legal tomorrow and DraftKings was an option, I still would probably use Bet Online a good amount because they have by far the earliest lines. You know how many times Jacob and I put up our bets and our pick videos and people are like, well, how'd you place that bet? I don't see it on DraftKings. And that's because Bet Online has this stuff out crazy early. I see you, Gucci. Give me 1 second here to catch up on a few more of these chats. Did you see that Devin Haney ref got caught on a hot mic saying he was paid to do the best he could to get Haney to win? I did not see that. That's kind of wild. I feel like that would have been newsworthy. If you do cash, it takes a week or two withdrawing on Bet Online, even direct deposit, but they have the best odds and props. I don't know why you didn't put that on one single thing. But Bet Online is by far the best sports book for MMA. It's not even close. The only real hiccup you're going to deal with is adding or withdrawing. If you're comfortable with crypto, not that big of a deal. If you're not comfortable with crypto, kind of a pain in the ass. Gucci Gill, you're up. What's going on?
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You're at the gym?
Sorry. Yeah, I wasn't expecting you to call me so quick. My bad.
No, you're good.
No, I just want to see what's up, guys. What y'all been? Like always, I missed the beginning part. I'm just getting out of here. I'm leaving
sure.
now. See you guys. My bad.
Yeah, you really didn't expect me to answer.
Weekend?
I'm not sure. I would assume so, but I'm not sure.
He's not even on here, huh?
No, Jacob's not on here. I started this late. So I'm pretty sure Jacob was like, after 10 minutes, was like, well, I'm done. So no Jacob here. I assume he's going to go live Saturday, but I'm not 100% positive. The only times he doesn't go live, well, he doesn't go live for pay-per-views because he literally comes to my house. And then the only other times he won't go live is if it's just a dog shit card. And this is not that. So I assume he's going to go live, but who knows?
There we go. Yeah, man. My bad, bro. I know it's kind of a sloppy start.
You're good.
I just usually I wait like 20 minutes, and they can make fun of me. I'm calling in the gym. We go see some sweat this time.
No, I mean you're right. Like we half the times you've called in and there's been 20, 30 callers. I started this stream late, so is what it is.
Yeah, man. Dude, Jacob was pissed on Thursday or Tuesday when you guys did the breakdown, huh?
I don't think he was pissed. I just think I haven't really talked to him. I just think, listen, we all have our days. And he was just, he wasn't pissed because his insight was all there. And he still cracked a few jokes and stuff. I think he's just, I don't know, low energy or tired or something like that. So, but he definitely wasn't pissed. I think he's just sort of like,
I thought he was making a point from
I don't think so. A lot of people think that. I don't think that's the case because that wasn't his first video since then. He did his Saturday live stream after that.
True.
And if he was making a point, he would have made his point. Like he would have literally been saying the whole time, "Is this what you want? I'll just," you know what I mean? So I genuinely, before we went live, I'm like, "You good?" He's like, "Yeah, why?" I'm like, "I don't know. You seem a little off." He's like, "No, I'm fine." So I just think, listen, we all have our days. So I just think he was just tired and hopped on and still gave great insight. What's funny is it's a good thing, but we've done so many, like literally hundreds of really fun, entertaining shows that the one time one of us is like, because if I'm in a nasty mood, people are like, "Oh, Ange, the typical Angelo." But if Jacob's in a little bit of a mood, like people aren't used to it. So they're like, "Oh, what's up with him?" So it's just funny to see the difference there.
Well, I got to tell you, like, I'm not exactly the kind of person that gets on there and just really shit talks. I'm not saying I never crack a joke, but it really made me appreciate what he brings to the table. Like,
Oh yeah, it was a
the
reminder.
energy and the randomness is so worth the slight annoyance, because I do prefer more of a. I thought I preferred just a straight up breakdown show. Give me the info. Give me the scoop. Let me think about how I want to play this shit. And I didn't realize till that breakdown. I'm like, oh man, I want Jacob back. And because I care about y'all. Like, no, we're not like, we don't really know each other, but y'all are clearly good people. That's why I wanted to support the channel. And I felt for him. I'm like, man, I hope everything's cool behind the scenes. So yeah, if he's just having a bad day, I get it, and I'm not trying to press him about it. I just was curious. So
yeah, no, I think. Well, first of all, I genuinely appreciate it. I think that literally it was just bad. I think that's all it was, because he wasn't. He was still him, and there were flashes of normal. He literally was. Jacob's energy on the Tuesday stream was the exact same amount of energy that every other person breaking down fights has. And it's just funny because him at everybody else's normal, people are like, what's wrong? When, and that's just, you worded it perfectly when you said it made me appreciate some of the other ones. Because it's been 2 years. The reason in 2 years we went from 0 to almost 25,000 is because of the chaos on those Tuesday shows. So if Jacob was just like straightforward and I was just straightforward, then we're no different than anybody else. So that is what separates us. And it was funny to see, because I saw him comment, somebody was like, oh, Jacob looks like he doesn't even want to be here. And his comment was like, last week I'm too excited and you hate it. This week I'm too calm and you hate it. I can't win. And yeah. I know he didn't say it. Jacob understands the internet far better than I do. So I know he didn't say it like, it was more like just pointing out, like, you see the hypocrisy here. It wasn't like in his feelings, like, oh, I can't win. But it is funny to see those dynamics. But yeah, I mean, it's every Tuesday, no matter what. And sometimes you're just not ready to go on a random Tuesday night. So and we lost you. Oh, there you go.
My bad. That's my We Want Picks alarm. I'm not even kidding, to remind me to check the call in. No, but so can you hear me?
Yeah.
Let me get you on. I feel like I'm on.
I hear you. You're good.
Can you hear me, Angelo?
Yeah.
Damn, bro. I don't know.
I can hear you.
I'll ask this question.
I can.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I can't hear you, so I'm gonna ask this question and then I'll bounce. I'm assuming we're good. So I saw this video and I don't remember the YouTube channel, just some random stuff that popped in my stream, bro. And I'm sure you're used to this. Dude, I don't know if you're aware of, like, some motherfuckers hate you, bro. And I don't get it.
We're aware.
You seem like a good friend. We're aware. Both of you guys seem like good friends. I love y'all chemistry, even when you're shit talking. This dude wasn't dogging you for your picks, wasn't dogging you for your breakdown. He's dogging the way you talk, the way you say words, like the inflection and how you speak. And bro, I just want to, number one, I want to know, have you heard that shit? What do you think about all that? And number two, I hope you know, like, man, fuck all that shit talking, bro. You guys, both you and Jake, both of you guys, y'all are solid. Y'all made me a lot of money with your breakdowns, even if I don't tell everything exactly. Fuck the haters, man. And I'd love to hear whatever you got to say about the haters, if it's anything. Usually that shit's funny. So I'll get out of here, man. See ya.
No, I appreciate you. And he hung up because he couldn't hear me. Yeah, I mean, I'm very aware that some people don't like us. I'm very aware. And the reality is, it comes down to a couple things. I don't think nobody knows me. You don't know me as a person. So you don't dislike me as a human being. The people who dislike Jacob and I, there's two groups of people that don't like us. There's the idiots and the morons. No, there's the group of that been around forever. They've been doing this long before we showed up. And they didn't change. They didn't evolve. They didn't do anything differently. And they were sort of the kings of this space. And then Jacob and I show up doing what we do. We do it differently. We take it to a next level. We put a lot of pride into what we do and how we do it. and we start growing and we start going very quickly, and they hear the numbers, 3,000 something premium members. They see our YouTube numbers cranking up. They see our views. There are channels with far more subscribers than we have, and our views just eclipse them. And instead of trying to adapt, instead of seeing that and making changes on their side, and we have reached out to every single one of them. If there is a YouTuber in this space, we have reached out to every single one, offering them a job. Hey, I've got this premium membership. Why don't you come over? You can put your picks and stuff here instead of trying to sell your Patreon. Do it here. Makes no sense. When I'm selling for $10, you'll never be able to sell what you're selling. And Artem was like, I agree with you. Artem came over. I'm not trying to spill Artem's whatever. I guarantee Artem makes more money doing that than he did on his own, because Artem was like, you're right. This is a great service. It's a value package. Good to go. And the point I'm making here is we reach out to all of these people trying to build this thing. And a lot of them are like, no, we're good. Who are you? We've been here. You're good. And now we're moving past pretty much all of them. In the straight up, we're not the biggest MMA YouTubers, not even freaking close, with titans out there like Guru and stuff. But as far as just like the picks type content, the full card breakdown crew, if we're not the biggest, we're like right there. And that happened very quickly. And a lot of people just, I hate you. I hate them. Those guys suck. They're cringe. And it's very obvious, like when that Vince Pichel tweet was a perfect example. The second people see, oh, somebody's saying something bad about We Want Picks, I'm hopping on. So I'm very aware of all of that. And I used to take it personally. I used to be like, what the fuck is these people from? But then Jacob has helped me through a lot of this, because Jacob understands the internet. I've never seen a gaming streamer in my life. Jacob does watch that content, which is why he's so good at what he does. He absorbs that content and then he makes it his own, and he can do that where I don't. I'm just me all the time. Sometimes I'm an exaggerated version of myself, but I'm basically just me. And so just like, okay, that group of people, we grew very quickly. We showed up out of nowhere. We're literally giving them problems, if you will, right? Their views are going down and ours are going up and all those things. And COVID is actually their biggest issue, but they're blaming us. Fine. So what's happening there is they've decided we hate you guys. I mean, we hate them. Those guys suck. They hate me more than Jacob. It's hard to hate Jacob, but they hate me more than Jacob. Then there's this new evolution of people that hate, and that is for content only. That is not rooted in anything other than content. And that one is funny to me, because it's not just me. The people making the hate content are hating on everybody. They literally are like, who's bigger than me? These 5 people are bigger than me. I'm going to do a video saying that these 5 people suck. I'm going to put their pictures in the video, and now I'm going to get views. And that's just straight up content. So that evolution is almost flattering, because it's like, oh shit, we're big enough that people are trying to leech off of the content by using us and our like our, our likeness and all of that. So that's really that's what Gucci was referring to. There's people hating how you talk and okay, hate how I talk. I don't care. None of that matters. If when a safety parlay loses, it fucking sucks. And it's not the $100 that I lost. It's the sense of responsibility I have. Like, this is what I'm doing with my money, and this is what I'm confident in, and I know people will just do it. And then when it misses, I feel, it sucks. It drives me nuts, and it'll like literally ruin my day, and it'll affect like my personal life, because I'll be home miserable. But then you get used to like trying to move forward and like, no, listen, I have to accept I'm doing what I think. This was a good bet. It was a good bet. It made sense on paper, and it missed, and that's fine. But last week we did really well. And this week was a perfect example. Freaking that turd Rebecca loses, and I can't even shit on him because he went out there, he fought his ass off. That guy fought his ass off. He loses. And so because he lost, the safety parlay lost. And I was down $27 total. And that 27 felt like the weight of the world. Like, I can't believe I'm down. And it felt like the weight of the world. And you just got to zoom out 1 week. And it's like, you know what? At UFC 301, I put up $150 of profit. This is just in 2 weeks. This is still far more covered, and premium's only $10 a month. So blah, blah, blah. So anyway, everything is about perspective. Gucci's question was, you know, I don't know if you know, but there's some people hating on there, just like calling you fat and stupid and all these things for no reason whatsoever. And that group, the group that just blindly hates and makes this exact content, sorry guys, you should have evolved and you didn't. It's not my fault. Like, I'm out here building what I'm building, and if we passed you up, we passed you up. I reached out, and you know I reached out. So there's that crew. And then the other crew is literally the content. They're building, they're creating their own content, and instead of being creative, instead of inventing something, instead of making something of their own, they're just like, these people suck. Look at this one. He's fat. This one's stupid. And the problem with that content is it'll get views early because it's got like some shock value. It'll get some views early, and people will watch, and like, especially people who already don't like you. But then eventually it's like, okay, how many times are you going to call this guy fat? Got it. And so I don't know what'll happen there, but it's borderline flattering. Like, okay, look at Guru. Guru's got like 5 channels dedicated to his clips. And if they're dedicated to my clips and good or bad, great. We're just out here trying to do the best we can to make meaningful, entertaining content, break down fights, the sport that we love, give people picks, you know, give people the value in premium. And if I wanted to be greedy, people think I'm greedy. If I wanted to be greedy, premium wouldn't be $10. It wouldn't be. The optimizer alone is worth way more than 10. The data sheet's worth way more than 10, all that stuff. So either way, Gucci, your words were very appreciated. And it is funny to see, you know, the most vocal people are typically the wild supporters, like wild as in like very supportive, and then the people who just don't like you. Those are typically the 2 loudest groups in the comments, and the 2 loudest groups. But there's a whole world of in-between people like, yeah, I like these guys. Yeah, they're good dudes. I like these guys. And they're the quiet ones. And I just have to remind myself, like, all right, between the people who are outspokenly supportive and the quiet ones, we're still talking 90 some odd % of these people are good people. Oh, this is a question about, somebody's talking about the Rose fight. Where did it go? I missed the comment. We had $2 super chat from Kevin. Y'all the best in picks, way better than Guru. Well, I appreciate that. I don't consider Guru a pick guy. Maybe that's how he started, but now he's a full-blown streamer. And good for him, because Guru could miss every single pick he's ever put on the board, and it wouldn't affect anything. It wouldn't matter at all. It would literally mean nothing. And that's how you know he's not a pick guy. That's great. Like, being a pick guy is very stressful. It's very stressful, and it's a lot of work. Guru's focusing on entertainment. He built his entire base live streaming 7 days a week. That is how he built, literally 7 days a week live, just doing what I'm doing right now, just ranting and raving and whatever. And he's entertaining, obviously, but that's how he built it. So I don't really consider him a pick guy, but, you know, tell me I'm better than anybody and I'll take it. Starved for compliments. Okay, I think we are good. Oh, Angelo can be a see you next Tuesday sometimes, but you're a good dude. You spelled "your" wrong, you fucking asshole. Thank you, though. Guys, thanks for hanging out. I'm going to shut this down. We are 1 hour and 8 minutes in. This is typically only an hour. Took a couple calls, reacted to some chats here, so we appreciate you. We try to do these every single Thursday. Try to stay on a cadence. Next week, there are no fights, so I will probably do one on Tuesday and Thursday. So you got questions, ask the questions. You got all that stuff. Do all that. Daniel Petty, for a second, pedo. I have made thousands using the tools. I've sent many pictures to the ticket channel as well. F the haters and the noise. Tell them to catch up. No, I appreciate that. And what's funny is the quote unquote haters. I don't think it's a thing. Meaning, of course, when you do 300,000 views in a month, there will be people that watch like, I don't like this. Or, hey man, I watched your show, decided to bet my life savings on something you said in past. The other day, somebody said, I lost all my money on JJ Aldrich because you were so confident in her. I was like, what? I was confident in JJ Aldrich? I said, I think she can win this fight. And if you're a premium member on the website, it literally, there's a column called confidence and it said low. And then I also had no bet on it at all. What are we talking about? So there's that. There's the people that either misinterpret or jump the gun. There was somebody, I saw another comment. So Jacob's Lock of the Week video last week started, it was a clip of Tabitha Ricci and then a clip of Vanessa Hardy and just like, like with pretty music and like, look at these beautiful women. And then that was maybe 10 seconds. Then it went to his actual lock of the week. And his actual lock of the week won. But then somebody commented the other day, I thought his lock was Tabitha Ricci. It's like, dude, you literally watched 10 seconds of this video. You watched only 10 seconds. And then was like, oh, I see a face. It's that person. And then shut it off and then went and bet. And luckily that hit. But imagine that person bet and it didn't hit, and that was never who Jacob thought the lock was. Either way, it is fun to see the evolution of all this. It is fun to see people, appreciate and also not appreciate what we do. So I appreciate every single one of you. We crossed the 5 million view mark this past week. Another $2 super chat from the next line. And Angelo, will you ever do a Saturday stream with Jake? Probably not. Honestly, the kids are the problem. In order for me to do that, I basically would have to abandon my family on the weekend. And that's just not. Thank you very much for the $2 super chat. That's just not something that is reasonable. But so probably not. And plus, it wouldn't be the same with me there. Jacob does what he does, and he does an amazing job at it. And if I'm there, it changes the dynamic. It's a completely different dynamic. We try to do that with the pay-per-views. Go back here. We try to do that with the pay-per-views with the Fight Foods vlogs. The second half of the vlogs are our live reactions to the fight. So obviously it's not streamed live, but it's recorded live, and that's just us reacting, and it'll be edited and stuff. But that's about as close as you'll get to a joint live stream. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for the watch. Genuinely appreciate it. I know these Thursday shows. It's funny, we did a poll at the end of 2023. We emailed every single only premium members, because they're the ones paying, so you get to say. We emailed the premium members saying we had like 50 questions. That is literally helping change the website design and all these other things, right? You give us feedback and we evolve. If you're not running your business that way, what are you doing? And one of the questions was, do you like the Thursday call-in shows the way that they are, or would you want them to be more organized? And overwhelmingly, they're like, no, don't make it organized. Which is funny, because in my mind, when I came up with the idea for the call-in show, in my mind, this was sports radio. I was like, because I grew up listening to The Fan and like sports radio, and people call in like, oh, Joe from Brooklyn, the fucking Mets suck. Like, that's what I grew up listening to. So I thought this would be that. Like, hey, let's build MMA call-in radio where we have a specific topic, and I'm talking about that topic, and somebody calls in, yeah, I saw that, boom, next caller, same thing, and then move on to another topic. But it just morphs into whatever the hell is going to happen. Like, sometimes it is 30 callers, sometimes it's 2, sometimes whatever. So I appreciate you guys, and we'll see what happens with these call-in shows and everything else, but we should be here every Thursday. We'll do our breakdowns on Tuesdays unless there's a weird scheduling conflict. Jacob should be live on Saturdays unless it's a pay-per-view or he's got something else going on. So I appreciate every single one of you. All of this is only because of you guys. Otherwise, if you guys aren't watching, this isn't worth it. So thank you all very much. Genuinely appreciated it. And hopefully we'll catch you on a Saturday stream. See ya. Where's the stop button? There it is. Goodbye.